Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Mornings with Michelle. Today is Monday and it's episode something in the 40s. I can't quite remember. I've completely lost track now. For those of you who are new here, I'm Michelle. I like to be known here on Mornings with Michelle as your Gen X Zesty bestie. Yes, I do. And Zesty Girl, this channel and my business is all about helping women after 50 live life on purpose. So that's why we're here and that's what we're doing. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, what am I wearing? This is actually I didn't even know I had it. I must have just picked it up from Kmart one day spontaneously. It's got lovely little covered buttons. It's a little cardigan. It's actually really got nice sleeves too. It's brand new. I have never worn it. Forgot I even had it. See, I need to declutter my wardrobe. And it's nice. I really like it. So anyway, that's what I'm wearing today. Very nice. What am I drinking? I'm not drinking anything. We always like to talk about what we're wearing and what we're drinking, and on the bottom half of me is my favorite Kmart tracksuit pants, pajama pants. Yes, pajama pants. Okay, so welcome to August. Welcome to the new week. We love Mondays, don't we? Yes, we love Mondays. Welcome to August. I love August. I don't know what it is. August, September, October, my favorite months. And then it gets just a little bit too close to Christmas for me after that. I know so many of you actually here at the channel love Christmas. So one thing I'd like to share with you today, and it's just happened to me, and I feel so strongly about it that I feel like I can share it with you straight away. And I'm just trying to work out how to say it. So I believed that, or I had a belief when it came to my work. See, I've been an entrepreneur now since the children were born, so that's 24 years. And I sort of believed that the revenue that I wanted to earn from my business going forward, the only way to achieve those revenue goals was to do this. And that with what I have been doing, as much as that's awesome, and it really is awesome, and as much as I've grown that from scratch and it's awesome, I feel like I had hit a sort of a revenue ceiling, and I've just been maintaining the same revenue every month for the past 3 months, and I really want to grow it. But I believed, I had a belief that the only way to break through that was to do this thing, or a couple of things that I didn't have the skills to do. And not that I necessarily didn't have the skills to do that, I was actually scared of doing it. So it's not that I didn't know how to do it. It wasn't that I couldn't do it. It's just I had a lot of fear around it. And so what would happen is, instead of, I would just get busy doing what I do, which was fine, but I wasn't able to grow because every time I went to do the thing, I would get scared and then I would procrastinate. And what I realized was, where did that idea come that I had to do this thing? And I always believed too, being in personal development my whole life, I always believed too that fear sat as an obstacle, but once you went through the fear, that what you were seeking was on the other side, and that you have to push through your fear at some point. You just have to jump into it and do it. And I've said that a lot about a lot of things, and maybe on some levels and some things that's true, but maybe on other things that's not true. Because the reason I wasn't doing the thing was I just didn't want to do the thing. I just don't want to do those things. And I suddenly realized that it wasn't that I was scared of doing those things. It's just I didn't want to do them. It really didn't match my personality. It didn't match my vibe. It didn't match who I was. And the reason I didn't want to scale the business in that particular way was it didn't suit my personality. And so I was trying to put a square peg in a round hole, and yes, I was scared about some of those aspects to the thing that I was trying to do. But then I was brainstorming it with myself, journaling about it. I think I told you guys I was journaling last week. And it sort of came out that, why can't I achieve that goal that I've got by just doing the things that I really love doing? And I'm like, I had told myself for so long I couldn't do that. And I'm like, why can't I do that? Why can't I just keep doing what I love doing? And surely that can also lead to the goal. And I'm like, no, and then my brain's going, no, you have to do these things. You have to do it this way. And I'm like, where did that come from? Where did that idea, where did that thought come from that I have to do these things? And these things don't suit my person. They just don't suit me. They don't, like, if I had to get up on Monday morning and think I've got to go and do that and that and that, I'd be like, oh no. And I don't think business should be like that, because everything else about the business that I run here, I love it. Like, I love, love, love it. I love doing these videos. I love working with people. I love everything I do, I love. So I jump out of bed in the morning because I'm so excited to work. But if I had to jump up and do those things, it would be, no. So I was watching a video, well, I was journaling, but I had been also watching a video where this guy said, you should only really do the things that you love, because then it's going to get your energy, then it's going to fire you up, then it's going to lift you up, and then people are going to see that and they're going to vibe with you, and it just becomes a beautiful thing. Whereas if you're working against yourself and your personality and everything, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. People can feel it and it doesn't work. So, not that I had done any of these things, I just kept thinking I've got to get onto it, and then I would go and speak to someone else about how can I get these skills to do these things, because I shouldn't be scared of these things. You know, they should be easy for me, and why am I so scared of these things? And it wasn't that I was scared of these things. I mean, I was a little bit. It was that it wasn't a good fit for me. So now I've gone and redesigned everything moving forward around what I love. I'm only doing the things, still hard work, but I'm only doing all the things that I love to do. Love to do. And I'm so excited about it. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. You'll find out soon about some changes that I am making and are based around that, but not changes to the channel, not changes to anything that affects you guys. But I just want to share that with you because there might be something. I always like to share a story that you might be able to relate to. Sometimes we think we have to do these things because everybody else is doing them, or you think it's a natural progression from what you're doing now. That's the next step, blah, blah, blah. No, you don't have to take the next step if it's in a direction that feels uncomfortable. But I was always brought up to believe that you just learn the skills. See, I was learning a bunch of skills to do something I didn't want to do. And I kept polishing up those skills and kept talking to new people and kept learning from people how to do this thing that I actually didn't want to do. So maybe there's something you can relate to in this. Maybe you feel like, I mean, it even could be down to personal things. Maybe you feel like you're in retirement and you feel like you should be doing these things because this is what retired people do. Something like that. And it's like, no, I don't want to do it that way. I don't want to do it. I want to do it my own way. Maybe it's something like that. Anyway, I thought I'd share. I don't know if this is called, what's this called? This is actually a format on YouTube. It's called yapping. It's called yapping, where you just talk about what's on your mind. So that was what's on my mind. That's what's been going on. Okay, let's do our sexy things. Let's do our fun things for Monday, new month. Let's do our divine cards. Okay, if you're new here, we always pick a card. Oh, I keep choking. I've actually just been recording a lot, so my throat's a bit funny. I didn't know, actually, before I started YouTube and doing YouTube doing the amount of videos that I do, I didn't realize it has an effect on your vocal cords. But it does, you have to look after them. I didn't realize that. Okay, right, so what we do here on Mornings with Michelle is we pick a card. This is the Divine Direction cards, and we pick a card for the Zesty besties here at Zesty Girl. Something for the new week, something for the new month, and I pick one. I don't want that one, I want this one. Animals. We have never had this card. In all of our episodes, we've never had the card animals. So I feel like it's definitely a new week and a new month, because last month I kept pulling the same cards or similar cards. Okay, animals. Animals are important to you. Animals heal, comfort, and relax you. Okay, so now's the time, I think, that we leave in the comments and down in the comments, what animal do you have in your house? Do you have a fur baby? I have a fish, a goldfish, one goldfish that has lived forever. This goldfish is huge, and it's just a fish that's outlived all the other fish, and it just keeps living and growing and growing and living. So I have a goldfish. And then I have Ellie, our dog, our border collie. So I have two pets. What fur babies do you have? Let me know in the comments below. Someone said to me the other day, I was filming cat food and dog food and things, and they said, don't forget the birds. And I'm like, oh, okay, the birds, right. So I forget people have birds. So there we go. Let me know in the comments below what animals you have, because it's so true, isn't it? That they heal, relax, and comfort you. And we'll see what we get today. I pulled my own cards actually yesterday. I got two fabulous cards, just what I needed for the new month. Yes, I had a complete day off yesterday. It was really nice, and but I pulled two cards. They were so fabulous. Right, let's pick one. This one. Okay. Your garden is a healing place. Seek refuge there to heal your soul. Isn't that lovely? I haven't got a garden at the moment. Well, I've got a garden in a backyard. I love it out there. Even just walking out to the clothesline, my feet on the soil, it's just garden. And I think I'm going to be really into gardening soon. I really feel that coming on. I've always had an interest. My mum had garden, my grandparents had gardens. It's just, yeah, I feel like it's something that definitely, once I have a little bit more time, I always say on my YouTube channel for the last 7 years, I always say each year, oh, I'm going to do a garden. I think I've done it once. Have I? Maybe not. Maybe I did it before, actually. I might have done it before I did the channel, because I don't think there's any footage of a garden. But yeah, I did really well. And then I got some white moth sort of bug, and it just went through the whole garden, and then I got disappointed and I didn't want to play anymore. So yeah, that was my garden experience. But we got a lot. I loved going out every night and getting vegetables and eating them fresh. It was awesome. Okay, question of the day. Question of the day. Right. So we always open up the book, also if you're new here, to a question. There's 2,500 questions in here to know, love and care for yourself. And we use this as a discussion point. So let me open up. And I'm going to open up right at the front, because I always go to sort of the middle. And then I say that and I always go to the front. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Can you describe your ideal house? Yes, 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 I can. Because it's been on my vision board forever. Okay, this is the house that I imagine I will live in when my children have all left home and they all have children. So this is the house I imagine. It's on an acre of land. It's not far from the beach, but it's sort of up in the hills, and there's not, the neighbors are sort of a good distance away, so it's an acreage. And then the house itself is sort of just one level and sort of goes like this, and then there's a swimming pool, and then the kitchen is just this big open plan, all looks out to the pool, and this side of the house is guest accommodation, so that will be where the children and the grandchildren come to stay, and the other side is hubby and my space. And then it opens up to the pool, and then there's a fence. So there's paddocks, but there's a fence, and there's a horse in the paddock, but it's not my horse, because I feel like at that point in life this is a very clear, specific dream. I don't really want the horse responsibility, but I'll graze someone else's horse for them. They can just graze for free, and then I can look at the horse and pat the horse and like love on the horse. And then of course Ellie will be there, and we'll probably have another Ellie, so we'll probably have another border collie. But I've got the whole picture. Shall I keep going? And then we've got chickens. Of course we've got chickens. I can't wait to have chickens. And then but there's not a lot to do on the land, so there's not a lot for us to do on the land. It's like easy keep land, so it's not a lot for us to look after the property. And I mean, it is a lot, but we'll get people to help us do that. And then what else is it? A small garden, nothing too much. The chickens, the dogs. I'm not sure about the cat yet. I'm not sure about the cat. Lulu, I'm not sure about the cat. I always joke with Lulu, I keep feeling like I'm going to get a cat soon, but yes, I'm not sure about the cat. And that's it. I think that's all. And you have to drive in through some gates. So it's quite a big dream. It's quite a big dream. And it's by the beach. And then, but the other part of that dream is I also have an apartment really in the middle of the city, like a one-beddy apartment in the city, so I can be in the city, because I just think even though I like the fresh air and the beach and everything like that, I still need my city vibe as well. So that's my dream. And that is my big dream, my ideal house. And what sort of house is it? It's like, it's not new, but it's not old, So it's like, it's in the middle house. It's in the middle house. Has to have nice bathrooms though, and has to have a nice kitchen. Oh, I'll tell you about the kitchen. So the kitchen it's just a big, huge kitchen bench, and then it's got that pots hanging from the ceiling. It's got that really real country vibe. And then it's got a huge dining table. It's a massive big solid wood table. That's where we gather to eat. And then part of the kitchen will be bar stools, so people can sit and talk while we're cooking and eating, and the doors can be open and people can be swimming. And yes, that's my dream. That is my dream. I love that dream. I love it. It makes me happy every time I think of that dream. So there we go. That's always been my dream. But then hubby actually sort of said to me, I don't think they'll come and visit us, the kids. And I went, oh, okay, I don't want that dream anymore. That was funny. All right, so that's the question of the day. Let me know what's your ideal home down in the comments below. And I think that's it for today. That's it for Monday. Hope you have enjoyed today's Mornings with Michelle. I hope you go ahead and have a really wonderful Monday. I hope the month has started out really well for you. Other than that, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. See ya. Bye.